What? Yeah, I met this bushman, he doesn't understand anything. He probably comes from one of the bushes, he no, no, no. You can see it. Bush was written all over him. Like he doesn't understand. Like he doesn't even look anything like a city kind of guy. You know what I mean? No, no, no. I'm not having it. No, no. Go. What are you talking about? How do you know he's some kind of bush? How do you mean? No, you could smell that he hasn't even probably seen electricity. Like probably he's one of those guys who lives up in the bush in the trees. You know those kind of things. So you're wondering how? What is she talking about? Guys, I'm bringing you to the beautiful things of the village. Now, in case you are non-African, this is an eye opener to tell you what most African countries, you know, look like. Now, the problem is not with the people, but with the management of the society. Of course, we know that. And some of them that claim they live in the city and kind of tend to hype themselves up with the idea of living in the city, not knowing all the hazards that they enjoy from the city, the chemical hazards, those industries, chemical industries that are all over the places, those the huge number of mass, the people at the same time, and not enjoying the beautiful environment of trees. It's part of it. Not to mention the unstable road system with loopholes and potholes, all over the places, like bad road. And now they tend to say, the villages are being messed up by drought and all. They forget that the village environment still enjoys the natural habitat, just like the creator has made it. I used to long for going to the village those days, and even till now, but now not as much as those days, because now where I am presently, you enjoy those things you see in the village, though in the city, but it's the same thing with the village. But I'm not even going there. From definition of village, from a Nigerian, telling you the village system and the city system. What is it? Just in the city, you see the tall buildings, the very tall houses. That's that's just it. And then what you can obviously say is you get the opportunity to get a better job that pays more, and learning new things from different cultures and all. But being in your village ushers you every morning to the whistling sounds of the birds, the chippy chippy sounds on the air, the cock crows, kikiriki, that moment. The cock crows, the little drizzle from the rain, drop the raindrops on the leaves that just shows you beautiful, tells you, yeah, I'm in the village. That crows you up from sleep with that coo. You're getting up and saying, it's daybreak, you're stretching. And coming back from the city to the village, it's actually a moment of rest. You really don't go working or doing anything. You're just visiting family and friends because it's usually a festive moment. So you're just having all the time. And then the thing there is that the people get the opportunity to see available land mass that are spacious, that are just there, not being used. And so they farm on these lands. They make their own produce of foods and all forms of crops, that they get planted and they can harvest their goods. And now in the city, you do not have such chance. Now some of you are going, are you really that bush girl? Call me that bush girl. It's okay. So in the city, you just go to that normal work life. You hop for the bus, you're hopping, you're rushing after everything. I remember the first time that I tried running into a vehicle I came back from Lagos and I was within the village system and I was trying to catch the public transport and I had to run. And the driver said, no, 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 wait there. We're waiting for you. Child, don't run. You enjoy yourself. that city lifestyle, that Lagos, hurry, 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 run and catch it or they will take over, you won't find a space, was already in your sister's head. So so that village life, it's a life of peace, that you do not enjoy anywhere else. Within that Nigeria, you do not enjoy. If you leave that your village, that offers you that peace, that serenity, that nature, God just blessed Himself. You don't get it anywhere. My opinion. I'm trying to speak German. My opinion, though. Just leave me your comments in the comment section below. When you hear that city girl, what's the hype? Now, tell you guys from the mouth of an African girl, when we talk about the city girl, you're talking about that girl who wears makeup, who wears lipstick, that girl who was always on jean trouser. That was what was seen then as city girl. Although right now it's no longer the same. Even those in the village, everybody make up, everybody uses trousers, everybody wears what they want. But those days, when they perceive, oh, the other city people that just came in, it's linked also with money that they've been out and so they were able to get more, and what they fail to understand is that even in the city, I remember those days. Grandma would visit and she would say, they even take the light here. We're like, grandma, they take the light everywhere the same way they take it in the village. They take the light, like NEPA would just cut off the electrical system. It would just strip off and they would say, oh, the light is gone. And it was so normal. Like, I know the day when my babies will see this video, they'll be like, they just take the light. Why would they do that? But that's what we saw. That what people are seeing. Did I say saw? That's what we still see in Nigeria. They take the light at will for no just reason. They might not even bring that light in days. So someone was asking me here if they could go to Nigeria to thrive as a company. I had to list out the challenges that you could probably face or that you will surely face. So if you have a way around it, then of course Nigeria is a very good place for business because we have a very good population, a good number of population with over 200 million citizens. So you want to thrive as a company, you better run down to Nigeria. But the thing is, the road is not stable. Every street has a very big pothole. Like if you're driving, they don't have to tell you don't drink before driving. If you love your life, you ought to know that. By this time of the day, by this time in age, like so if you are talking about a city guy, they want to see the guy who's putting on a tie, the guy who's having some nice ride. And what they forget to know is that even from the village setting, there's still some nice businesses that could thrive, that could thrive in that business setting. Some of them they have some little cities even within the village setting, like if you live in, for example, Apple is a village, and then you can go to Umuze. They have this community of these marketplaces that people assemble. So on these days, you can market your produce and you can make good change, and then you can supply. There are lots of businesses, and then you have banks all over. So you still have these people who work there, who make a convenient living for themselves, who furnish their house to their taste and lifestyle as they desire. So here, guys, you or rather you underrate the village life. The village system is beautiful. The village system enables one live long. The village system is secure, unlike the kind of crimes you find in the city these days. It's really alarming. So the city is overrated. Am I asking you to go to the village? Yeah, I didn't say that. Oh. So the city is obviously overrated. Lots of things that are just not okay. Lots of crimes, lots of things that are, you have to be careful. You have to go out, you come in and you lock your door, like you lock your door. I remember we usually lock the door on daily basis. Even there in Lagos, we lock the door. Only in the village that you get into your house and our gate is just open and the house is just, open. You just shut the door. You don't bother locking. I don't know. Perhaps things have changed right now because Evil is thriving, evil is growing, just like, it's unfortunate. So now possibly we all lock the doors everywhere that we are, but those days we leave the doors open from the gates. You come in, they're like, hello, hey, who is here? Enter your bedroom, still asking who is here, even when nobody is answering. That's how open the whole place used to be in the village. But try it in the city. Try it now. Your neighbor can enter your cooking pot and pour something. You don't know she doesn't like you all along. So city is full of, whole whole lots of, you can't trust anybody. You just can't. So believe me, whole lots of mischief. Yes, whole lots of mischief. That's the right word. So I don't know why oftentimes it's kind of overrated. Everybody wants to run to the city. Now the amazing thing is that you come here in Germany and you're asking yourself, where is the village and where is the city? You don't find any. Do they have villages? Of course. They have where their fathers and forefathers and actually grow and still that they still have the villages and they still have the city. But what's the difference? The same way you have beautiful trees in the villages, the same way you have them here. In fact, in the city they take time to make extra trees, because of the ecosystem, So it's just you don't find the only way you spot, okay, this is village, is that possibly that is you could be the only person of color living in that village, and as you pass by, the elderly ones and even some younger ones are turning looking at you like, beautiful, hello, where do you come from? For here comes to your skin is pure. May I touch it? Of course, of Dutch. So that's how you know that. Okay, okay, I must be in the village. There's no difference. And then perhaps in the city, the difference there might just be that we have the buses leaving every three minutes here. The uh, public transports are being, they just leave every three minutes. But in the village, perhaps every 20 minutes. So if you miss one station of your bus, getting to that, if you miss that time, that 20 minutes that comes at every 20 at interval, then reaching to your final destination, it's going to be a whole lot of hassle because now the appointments wouldn't hold. It's a whole lot of breaking in the middle if you miss the time frame. So I think that's just the difference between, do they have light? Of course they don't take their light. You can ask, it's no longer Michael. So they don't know what that means. That you just rip off the people and take the light and all. And they will ask you, don't you pay for electricity? And you say, I pay. So what? Even if you pay 10 times in Nigeria, they will just come and cut the lights and go. I also don't understand that. But the funny thing is that we now see Nigerians see it as normal way of life. Like, in fact, when they did not take light after 1 day or 2 days, some of us are saying, our neighbor is asleep. Are you sure they're still in the office? They've not taken light. Hey, what's going on? So it's now a way of life. Oh, people get surprised when you don't take that light. So it's awesome to know these differences and consider yourself what you want to do whenever you want to go home and where do you want to be. The amazing thing is that here in Hamburg, a lot of us, like some of my friends, will say, I don't want to be in the city. And when I'm done with, after a certain age, I want to go back to the village, here in Cham. They want to go to their village because they feel the chemicals in the air, they want to stay away from it, substances that are capable of promoting cancer and things like that. They want to hide from such things. So, but in my place, we want to be in the city. Like everybody in the village wants to run out, and those in the city don't even want to go, but they just want to be there. So it's like that. So do they take the light in the village? They do. So it's just the same thing. It's it's just how it is. Are you following Annual Concord? Now hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Leave me your comments. How was your experience going to the village and coming back to the city? What do you see as better? I would have said the drinking the water systems, but it's not even like I can tell you. I once visited a friend those days in Lagos who brought water from the well, and this well was full of flames, these flames that are like oil. So it's you can't even talk about it. And then in the village, they get from the streams of running water, and that is advisable to drink compared to a well that the water is stable in a place it's not flowing. It's so dangerous because of a whole lot of viruses that you find in water, cholera and pests, and a whole lot of diseases. You can mention them. So city in Nigeria, it's God's grace. Better the village than the city life in Nigeria. Or whenever you just do that your business and find your space, run back to your village and enjoy that serenity. Like I can't trade it for anything. I always just look for my holiday to run to the, to the village. So that's it. That's what I brought to you on your way today. Don't forget, like I said, subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up. Have a nice day. City life and village life. Which is your favorite?